Hi everyone, I'm the plant propagator and welcome to my channel. Today it is a beautiful 81 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 27 degrees Celsius. I am back here in Southwest Florida. I want to tell you a little bit of a story and some of my thoughts before I return back here. And these are based on leaving just a beautiful spring in the Midwest US. And I was just having a good time. I was enjoying my plants in my garden in the Midwest, and I just want to share some of those thoughts with you before I came back down here. And I also have some video that I want to share with you. So the first thing is an update on the hosta that I transplanted. So as I was walking around my garden, looking at some of the hosta that I transplanted from one location to another, I was really delighted by how much growth had occurred in those plants. And I looked down at the plants and you could see some deer damage. They'd already started nibbling on my hosta plants, which is fine. There's plenty for all the creatures, but okay, I had a little bit of damage from the deer on my hosta. I was looking around some of the other plants in my garden. The tulips were just starting to come out, and I have some small tulips that are really pretty that have been very prolific, and those usually come out early. And then I also have some larger tulips, and I had some that were out and some that were about ready to burst. So I was a little sad because I knew that I had to come back down here to Southwest Florida, that I was going to miss a lot of things. And I didn't miss the tulips, luckily, but I am going to miss the azaleas. So the azaleas were just starting to bloom, and I hadn't seen, some of the neighbors had already opened. Mine had not. So the blooms were getting pretty full, ready to go, but hadn't quite opened yet. The lilacs, I'm going to miss the lilacs. And I have a few lilacs around the house, and they were, again, just getting ready to burst open. So that was a little disappointing. As I look through some of the other areas in my yard, the redbuds, again, I'm going to miss those, which is just a shame. There's a lot of color, and there's a lot of spring blooms, and it's unfortunate, but I figured, okay, I'm going to miss those redbuds. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe I should back just to see some of the blooms, and we'll see whether I do that or not. The final thing is that what I did is I went down in the woods behind my house, and there's a ravine back there, and at the bottom of the ravine there's a stream, and I just sat there and pulled out my camera and took some video of the stream. And for me, it's just relaxing. I love going down in the ravine. I have a bench down there, and I love sitting there and just kind of looking at the plants and the wildlife. And the stream was really fun just to sit there, and it's very just relaxing to watch the stream. And then I panned over to the trout lilies, and trout lilies are great plants. I have a lot of them on the property behind my house, and they have really unusual leaves. The blooms, more of them will bloom, but the blooms are yellow and they're pretty. Not as nice as some of the other plants that were there, but it was still nice. And then finally the mayapple, which just are really nice to look at as they open up. They'll bloom too. The blooms are not very exciting in the mayapple, but I'm going to miss those as well. I got to see the plants come out. I got to see the nice flush of green color and some other color of sunflowers in my garden, but I'm going to miss all of that. So at the time I had mixed feelings about returning to Southwest Florida. Now that I'm back here, the feelings aren't that mixed anymore. It is a little sad seeing those videos over again, but then I'm surrounded by my orchids. I got lots of blooms that I'm going to share with you. I've got lots of exciting things that I can share with you in the upcoming days and weeks, and I'm just really happy to be home in this location. I don't want to talk about these guys. I'm still reminiscing about the spring that I left behind. It is a beautiful day here. This is the high of the day, which is 81 degrees Fahrenheit. I should say that when I was in the Midwest, it was getting warm. So it was up in the mid 70s, which is, you know, the mid to lower 20s in centigrade. And so it was nice. The humidity was low. Here we had a cold front come through, so it's only 81 degrees right now. It's supposed to warm up to a little bit warmer the rest of the week, and I'm getting to the point where I'm going to have to be doing videos first thing in the morning because it does get so warm here. It also rained this morning. It usually rains. We're starting to enter rainy season here. So again, the orchids just love the rainy season. And again, if my orchids love the weather, I like the weather too. All right, so that's all I have for today. I just wanted to explain to you my mixed feelings about leaving the spring in the Midwest U.S. and then coming back to this location, which is spring here too. But still, now that I'm here, I'm happy I'm here, and I'm happy to bring you videos as we move forward. All right, that's all I have for today. If you liked what you saw today and you want to keep on seeing my videos, it would help me out if you can click on like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. All right, again, I hope you enjoyed my video, and happy propagating.